Okay, now we are live. We are live.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Good evening, everybody, and all my Hwa Chong friends. So, apologies, we started a little bit late because Kewei had some family duties, but
Yeah,
nevertheless, better late than never.
yes, thank you so much for your time also. Sorry about that.
No problem, no problem. Okay. So, this interview is the last of the series of interview, alumni interview, and of course, this coming Saturday, we'll be having our 47th Hwa Chong Annual College Day virtual
Mm,
celebration lah. Means your time.
yeah.
So this alumni interviews. Okay, so what do you remember about your days in Hwa Chong? What's your fondest
Uh,
memory?
I loved my days in Hwa Chong, but I would think it is not the typical Hwa Chong experience because I was actually in humanities.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think so we actually had our own tutors. Our tutors were there were five British guys, and they kind of define the entire humanities experience in Hwa Chong. So when I say it's not the typical Hwa Chong experience, is because it wasn't very Chinese in a way. You know, Huang Cheng Yue Yun is such a big deal, and then also our famous math nights, right?
Yes. It's the
Of
biggest. Yeah,
course,
correct.
that featured very much in my life, yeah, in my JCRs, but
Mm. Mm.
because I was in humanities, I was part of PLDDFS,
Yeah.
for English, lit, drama, debate, film, whatever. I was
Mm.
actually in that
Mm.
way, so it was quite different than the
Mm.
mainstream Western culture.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you involved in Huang Cheng Ye Yin?
Oh no, because I was involved in the English one, which is not as famous as Huang Cheng Ye Yun now, of course. Yeah.
Oh, 你是讲担当的。
Yeah, because humanities, yeah, lor, humanities, I took English lit. So I actually took English lit, history, econs, and what's that, maths, right? Yeah. So 我是 humans 的. I was actually from 00814,
Mm.
so
Oh,
2000.
okay. Okay. I think
21
I'm
go.
I'm your junior. I'm your junior.
You're my
Zero
junior.
one
01.
01 S74. Yeah, I was from the
Oh,
science
we must
class.
have seen each other in school, right?
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah, only 10 years. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hopefully
Oh,
my
okay.
experience like we're from the same era.
Yeah, 对咯，一样的 era
Yeah.
啦。Mr. Ang, right? Your principal, Mr. Ang.
Yes. And then he will be standing on the second floor, the balcony, right, that corridor place.
Correct. And his
Our
favorite
morning assembly.
principal speeches, which I contain quite a few.
Yeah. I remember the funny thing about humanities is we were on the third floor. So we have our
Oh,
own
okay.
balcony, and then our classrooms are on the third floor. And then the humanities teachers, they are in their own room. So it's literally like their room and then our two classrooms. Because humanities there were two classrooms. So we had our own private balcony where we can stand and look at the field, look at the what do you call it, like the courtyard. And we weren't part of the everyone else was on the first floor, right? Remember all the
Yep.
wooden tables were on the first floor. So we were a
Yep.
little bit segregated that way. Like
Mm,
our
mm,
tables upstairs on the third floor. Lah.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So what other memories do you have? What's your most naughty thing? that you watch out?
Oh, I was a good student. Yeah, I was a pretty good
Really
student.
good student.
But I think because we were upstairs, right? So sometimes
Yep.
we would come to school late, or we would like go. We can sneak upstairs directly, or because we are upstairs, we just don't go down for assembly.
Mm.
And then And then you just lazy lah. So we all just hide in the classroom, then we don't go down to assembly until the tutor was like, look guys, you all need to cooperate and take shifts if you want to do this because the line downstairs is getting shorter and shorter. Like the entire humanities cohort, maybe like 5 people. So the tutor is cool about that, but he's just saying like you need to cover your own backside lah. You don't make it so obvious.
Yeah.
So we have school that way. So I remember it was just it was very chill lah, the culture in humanities.
Yeah. Your favorite teacher or your favorite staff?
Well, my tutors are not from the Hwa Chong mainstream, right? And in fact, I think many of them have retired. So in those days, our main tutor was Mr. Lionel Barnard. I don't know if you remember. He has a huge
Mr. Barnard, right? Yeah.
Huge belly. And then when he teaches econs, he would tell us like, oh, the PPB, the possibility production boundary is like because so huge. So he was a very interesting guy, and I had a lot of good memories. I used to be really I kept a distance from him. I just found that he was just too witty, too smart for me lah. But in the end, he turned out to be really sweet because when they did career guidance, he sat me down and he assigned me to him, and then he will advise you on like what scholarships would you want to consider, where would you like to consider to further your studies and so on. So he did that with me, and I realized that actually he's a really sweet guy. And yeah,
he is. I heard a lot of good things about him. Yeah, from my schoolmates in the arts humans side.
Yeah, he's a legend. Yeah.
Okay, so Kewei, tell us what are you doing today? What are you doing right now? What's your profession?
Right now, I'm a singer-songwriter, and because of that, I also do a lot of stuff related to social media, being in the media. So yeah. But mainly what I do is to sing. Yeah. Yes.
Can you share with us how was your journey like once you after Hwa Chong, and then how do you go on this journey, and why do you choose the path of being in the entertainment industry?
Well, so I remember most of my classmates, they actually they are very high flyers lah. Because if you're in humanities, you would study economics, right? And probably like history, or so a lot of them went to like Oxford, Cambridge, London. They studied overseas. Most of them got scholarship, and and ended up also working for the government, like to steer the course of a nation. So for myself, I remember telling Mr. Lionel Barnard that I wanted to stay in Singapore because I want to consider maybe I want to be a singer or someone in the entertainment scene. So I think I already had this idea, and I was also learning music in music schools like Haidai, Ocean Butterflies. And then so I thought, that's something I want to consider. And then he was very surprised. He was like, you're so Singaporean. Why do you want to stay here? Like he would advise that you should go out there and see the world. And so that was his advice to me. But some part of me thought like if I were to study overseas, it will be a great experience, but it would probably detach me for a few years from really this kind of entertainment career. So so pretty much I didn't go for any scholarships. I think my grades were also so lah, maybe not so fantastic. So I ended up I went to mass comm in NTU, which is related to South Korea. Yeah. And then most of my classmates went overseas.
But I'm sure that choosing the entertainment industry is something that not many people would go on this path, right? So was there someone or an event or something that happened, or someone that really inspired you, and that's why you wanted to pursue this dream of going into the showbiz?
I think everyone's journey is very different.
That's right.
So I also went on a path that I never imagined could happen. I
Mm.
was in university. I started to uh, play and sing. So even in Hwa Chong, I never joined any talent time or I've never sung in school. I just think to
Yep.
myself, my friends are like, "Hey, you sound nice. You should go and you should perform more. You should sing more." And I'm like, "Okay."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really give it much thought. I
Mm-hmm.
It was only in university when I joined a songwriting group, and then we
Yep.
started to write our own songs, and we started to sing each other's songs and put up performances.
Sing
And
Yao ah. Sing Yao
like
era.
yeah, so like there were lunchtime concerts in uni where we will be performing, and we will also organize like songwriting competitions. So mainly
Mm.
in Mandarin, and so in my third year in uni, I got the opportunity to sing as a backup vocalist
Mm.
for Tao Zhe, David Tao. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that really opened the door for me to do something like that because I mean I was singing in school. I had a lot of musician friends, but eventually it was really him that kind of pushed me to like mainstream media because in his concert in Singapore he will announce that my name is Tay Kewei. I actually didn't know my name. So everyone thought it was very funny, like, oh my goodness, Singaporean takeaway. So I got a lot of media attention because I was very young. I was 22, but I was
Mm.
touring as a backing vocalist for David Tao. I was
Mm.
traveling to many cities with him. So yeah, I think that gained me some mileage lah, some attention, and then I carried on. At on those days, I think there wasn't even Facebook. So I blogged. I blogged
Friendster.
about maybe.
Friendster. Those days of Friendster.
I blogged about my touring experiences. My blog is still around, and then yeah, no social media, and it's just that. And then eventually, I ended up touring with Ame,
Yep.
JJ Lin, and Wang Li Hong.
Mm.
So I did that for 6 years, just being a backing vocalist, touring, learning from them, until I finally came out with my own album. And then
Uh-huh.
I kind of quit touring lah because it takes up a lot of time. Then I couldn't really focus on my own stuff. So I decided to give myself a shot. Like, instead
Mm.
of singing for others, maybe give myself a chance to stand as a front
Mm.
line. Lah.
Mm. So
So
what
that
will be
was
your advice? Oh, sorry.
mm,
Okay.
no, yeah.
What's your advice? What's your advice for the young people of today? Those people who are graduating from universities or graduating from polytechnics and all that, and they are not sure of what they should do in their life. Yeah, and they are at the crossroads. They are considering between some of them. They might not want to pursue a career in their field of study, in their diploma or bachelor of study, or some of them they are weighing, should I pursue a career that pays me well, or should I pursue a career that I'm passionate about? So what's your advice to them given your own experiences?
Well, for me, I feel that everyone is at a crossroads because of the pandemic,
Yep.
and we really don't really know like what the future holds, what kind of jobs. And I think it is maybe more difficult if you don't have a very definite passion. Like for me, music and
Mm.
singing was my interest. So I also didn't think I would become a singer. I just did a lot of related things. And then because of the
Mhm.
community I was with, and it kind of, yeah, it just led me down a path. So I feel I also actually took up many jobs as I was singing. Like I was singing at
Mm.
pubs. I was singing at I was singing 6 nights, 5 nights, 6 nights a week, at
Mm.
regular places like Walla Walla, Balaclava. And I was also, yeah, I also opened like a wedding live band company and I
Mhm.
would take on wedding gigs. So I did all of that. So I really
Mm.
worked very, very hard to pay my dues. So I think
Yep.
um, right now, definitely financial security is important. So
Mm-hmm.
if you find a job that gives you financial security, but you can also work on your passion on the side until your passion could actually feed you or sustain you as a livelihood. I think then you can choose to switch over. So
Mm.
I'm not a dreamer like, oh, I'm gonna just, you know, not think about job security or money, just work on my dreams. I don't have that kind of financial backing for my home lah.
Mm.
So that is something that I feel I really worked hard until I could take the leap and say, also stop my regular gigs and then really
Mm.
focus on being a songwriter, singer, artist.
Yep. Just say hello to Jess. Jess, thanks for tuning in. Okay, if you
Hi.
are just you just tune in together to join us on the show, feel free to leave your comments, and if you have questions for Kewei, please feel free to ask as well. Hey, Wei Ming.
Hi, Wee Ming.
Hello, hello. Yep. Okay, so what are your challenges that the greatest challenge that you have encountered during the course of your own professional career, and how do you overcome some of these challenges?
I think when I started out as a singer, yeah, it
Mm.
was in a turbulent time where everyone was downloading songs, no one was making money off music, um, and it was kind of like the I mean, I would say like Stephanie Sun, JJ Lin, right? These people were kind of like the last era of singer who
Yeah.
really enjoyed a lot of attention. From then on, social media really just decimated attention. Like everyone subscribed to different forms of media.
Mhm.
So I also tried singing competitions in China, and I
Mm.
also uploaded covers on YouTube, and I did a lot of things um, that would really make people hear my music. So
Yep.
I think it was not easy at all. There's really no path that I could follow, and I was kind of just sort of
Mm.
like finding new ground and breaking new ground as I went along, especially because I started out singing as a backing vocalist. That was really not many people do that lah.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I'm still singing and performing, so I feel like yeah, I 打不死, in a way. Yeah, but I'm
was
yeah, yeah.
was
And
there someone who mentored you, or someone that you look up to that helped you along the way?
the first person who gave me this opportunity was the band director, the music director of David Tao's world tour. So
Mm.
he is his name is Goh King Long. So Mr. Goh King
Yep.
Long, he's I don't know if you heard of him, Wu Qinglong 老师. He's very very low profile, but he's such an important figure in music because he's toured with so many artists. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
recently Zhang Xueyou like toured for like 2.5 years. He was the music director, so he's worked with so many different artists. That's why he's my mentor and also my
Mm.
music director. And he was the one who gave me the chance to tour with everyone that I've mentioned. And really, I mean, that is what matters, right? Because he gave me the chance and he trusted me to do it, even though I was so young and I was so nervous. I wasn't like a prolific
Yep.
singer or a really awesome stage presence. I was literally just singing in school. And then they auditioned me. They thought, okay, they were gonna take a chance on me, and then they just wrote me in. So that was a great learning experience also.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay, so out of those challenges, how has it changed your perspective on life after being
Um,
through?
I feel that what I do is I always go with the flow, but I'm always on the lookout for what is current and trending because that is very important in my line of work. Because you have to be top of mind. Are you JJ Lin? Are you Stephanie Sun? Like who is the top of mind singer when you think about a local singer? And that is something that takes years of work to kind of like accumulate. And I know I may not be flavor of the month right now, but I know I can do some work and then maybe it might the seed that I sow will bear fruit in the future, right? So I'm constantly working on that. Like I really post a lot of stuff on my Instagram, and I've also jumped on the TikTok bandwagon. But because I'm a mom of two boys, so a lot of my stuff in my iPhone is all their photos and videos lah. So right now I do post more for my kids lah, basically. But that also
Mm.
a lot of people like to see that. So that in a way also is very engaging. And I
Yep.
feel that along the way, although my profession is a singer, I've also kind of become a personality where I share about everything about my life, my kids, my private life, my sleepless nights. Like, it's really a lot of that these days. Lah. Oh, I saw Rivers.
How do you juggle?
How,
Yeah,
how do I
River say that he remember you at David
Yeah,
Tao's concert. Tao's concert.
yeah. That's how he referred to
Yeah.
me as
Yes, your
Kewei.
number one fan is your husband.
Yeah, he better be. I'm also his number one
Yep.
fan.
So yeah, how do you juggle? How do you juggle your work commitment and your
Um,
family?
to be honest, I used to have a more hectic schedule pre pandemic, and I remember I would have to travel a lot for work, and having my parents and my in-laws help take care of the kid really helps me, and really I need a village to help with the kids. But now, because of the pandemic, everything has kind of slowed down in terms of performances. We can only do virtual performances,
Yep.
like even events like these, have all gone virtual. So it's a blessing in disguise because I can spend a lot of time with my babies. But then I also feel like I will also flip out like everybody does, right? Like, oh no, what I'm gonna turn to a 黄脸婆, and I feel very stressed. Yeah, because I mean, I'm home most of the time. I take care of them every day, and just having to juggle the mindset of who am I before I became a
Yep.
mother, and embracing my role as a mother now. Like I do
Yep.
sometimes oscillate between the two and feel that I need to embrace my new identity because it can get very tiring. Yeah, and then also I don't really have the mental space to think about writing new stuff or like really focusing on what I want to do with music. I think like my priority now is my kids lah. Oh dear, I think you are frozen. Okay,
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 I'll freeze myself.
okay.
Yeah, because a lot of people nowadays I mean it's difficult lah for them to juggle family and work, and especially
Yeah,
yours is in a very challenging industry, in the
yeah,
show business industry. Yeah,
yeah.
so especially over the past 18 months, how has
Mm.
your priorities shifted? Has it shifted in any way, or how has your perspective shifted to COVID? How has it changed your perspective?
Um, I think during circuit breaker, my husband was also stopped working. I mean, he's a track and field coach and also a singer. So yeah, we were at home every day. At that time, I was pregnant with my second child, and then we really learned to take things slow. And yeah, I mean, everybody did at that time. We were all at home. We couldn't go out, and that really made me stop and think that hey, this is actually so important, especially when the children are so young, that we are spending time with them. So, but also then because as it drags longer and longer, then I start to worry about my career. Where's my direction? Every day I'm thinking about that. Like, what can I do? So I think I'm still finding my way, and in fact, sometimes I think, do I want a third child? Because that would I know what's gonna happen if I do. I'll be stuck at home more. But at the same time, I also really wanna, like, I want to continue my career. So it's a
Mm.
I I try lah. I try.
Okay, thanks for those people who have just joined us in this show. Don't forget to sign up for our annual College Day virtual celebrations. Just go to our website at www.hwachongjcalumni.org.sg/47. Yeah. And
Mm,
how can people connect with you, Kewei, if they want to connect with you?
yes, they
How will you
can
want?
Instagram me. Yeah, so my Instagram is
On Facebook
actually,
or Instagram?
yeah, Instagram and Facebook. Well, Facebook I don't really check, to be honest. Instagram is Kewei. Yeah,
Kewei
Kewei.
Tay. Kewei Tay.
Yeah,
AWI. Okay,
yes,
you got a new album coming out and it's called Why Don't You Let Go. So
yeah.
can you tell us more about this album and where do you get this inspiration for this
Okay,
album?
so this album, it's actually out already, and so you can stream it everywhere on Apple Music and Spotify. Um, Why Don't You Let Go is actually a really intimate song. So I was playing the guitar late at night, just looping some chords, um, and then it's a song about missing somebody, and but then you miss that person so much. You're just like, can you please just let me go? Instead of why don't I let you go? It's why don't you let go of me? So that was the way I wrote it. And there are also a few other songs in the album that are very different genres. There's one 中国风 song called called 榴莲. Yeah, not 榴莲, 榴莲. Yeah, so I play the 二胡 on that one. So because I play the 二胡
Oh, you
since
can
like,
play the erhu. Okay.
so I wrote
Wait.
very 中国风. Mm,
中国风.
yeah. So there, and also because I sing in Mandarin and English, so I'm very comfortable writing in both languages. And yeah, so please go check out my songs. Mm.
Right, go and check it out. So where do you get your inspiration for these songs?
Uh, I think I would really have to like because of course now kids are my main thing, right? We've also written a song. Me and my husband we wrote a song about my son. We call him Momo. So that song is called Momo I Journey. And so we have that right, like of course inspired by being a parent and inspired by our son and him being in our lives. So but this particular one, Why Don't You Let Go, is really me just thinking about um, the distance in everyone's lives now because of COVID and how we can't travel and how like 思念这种东西是很会很辛苦啦 especially in the middle of the night when you got nothing to do. Yeah, so it's really based on that
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
by the
emotion.
way, Jess is asking you how is Jess is
默默 and
asking you is how
Pian
Momo and Pian Pian.
is my 1 year old. He's outside right now. But Momo is at my in-laws place at Nai's house. Yeah. They are growing up so fast. Momo is turning 4. And Jess says, yeah, your boys are your
time
motivation.
time flies.
Wow. Yeah, time flies.
What are your dreams for your children, for your two boys?
um, I definitely want them to learn music. I think it's definitely a very all-rounded training for their brain, because you need to express emotionally, but it's also a skill that you need to learn. So Momo is actually starting on piano already. Yeah, like his preschool, they teach violin as part of their music class, which I love. So is one of the reasons why I chose this preschool because they teach violin in the group music class, but they can also add on individual piano lessons. So that to me is really,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
mm, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think feel that children nowadays they should really learn music and the arts. I think it's a
yeah,
very important part of the development of the child.
yes,
And
yeah,
another part is I think mindset. I think about mindset that isn't really touched on in the mainstream education per se, but I think in today's world we do need to have people of stronger mindset. Yeah.
You are a coach yourself, right? So that's why you would focus on that.
Yes, yes.
What,
Yeah, sorry?
what do you coach?
Life coaching. I
Ah,
coach
okay,
people to
okay.
be happy. The happy
Wow.
man club.
I see, I see.
It's a lot about mindset. Lah. It's about mindset. It's about finding clarity in life. I find
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people, they are unclear of what they really want in life and
Yeah,
success. I mean, I was there. Lah. So we have a very narrow definition of success based on our upbringing. So my parents, they are very traditional. So they literally think that success in life equates to study hard, then graduate with a good degree, and then get a good job, and then start a family. Yeah, that to them is success in life. And
yeah,
of course, there's nothing wrong in that, lah. There's nothing wrong in that. But I mean, I personally feel that if our definition of success in life is just limited to that particular box, then
yeah.
there's a lot of things that we are missing out in life.
Well,
So that's my
yeah.
yeah.
I think also like it's easy for me now to say in hindsight about talk about my career, but at
Yeah.
many points it was really a struggle. Like how would you know? Like my parents were against my decision as well to sing,
Yeah.
and they wanted me to complete my studies, which I did. But when the opportunity came up where I could travel, they were very worried because at that point they were thinking, "Huh, 娱乐圈 is 这么黑暗, you know?" So they are also really traditional. So, but I also convinced them that David Lau is somebody we all know. He's a A-list Taiwanese singer. So it was really not a chance I could really give up. And I mean, after all, I also 出污泥而不染. Like I feel that, yeah, I mean, 我还是很乖. I also ended up married, having kids. So they didn't have to worry about. I mean, they would definitely worry about me being a singer, working in entertainment, because all they read is celebrity gossip, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
what you said. A lot of times we don't really know whether we will be successful in our path. Like for myself as a singer, what is success? Like being Stephanie's son, everybody knowing my name, or do I have to find my own happiness in other ways? Like because music fulfills me personally, and I love singing, I love connecting with audiences. So I think yeah, you're right. We really need to find out what really matters to us, right? To be happy.
Yeah. 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 I
Yeah.
think you mentioned a very important point, which is a lot of people, uh, myself included, at some point of time, we try to live our life based on the expectations that
Mm.
our parents or other people place on us. Yeah. So um, for me, I was very fortunate. I was very blessed to be able to come to the realization that I don't have to live up to expectations of other people. For me, I can literally define my own success in life, and I don't have to define my success based on what my parents want, or based on what other people want, or based on what society wants. So I was
Mm.
very, very fortunate and very blessed to be able to come to that realization. And
Mm.
I'm not sure, is it the same for you as well? Because knowing that you have gone through this journey and this path, that's not many people have chosen.
I mean, just like right now, being a new mom and then getting used to the idea of, like having kids. But I know they'll grow up someday and I'll reclaim my life again to do what I want to do. So I also now do think about being a singer. Like, what's my future? Every step of the way is just so uncertain. Like even these days, I mean, all my musician friends and singers who come to live venues, they have been out of a job for like 1.5 years. So it
Mm,
has been really difficult. Like for me, because I kind of diversify, like I also do social media, a lot of those things. So like
mm.
financially, that keeps me going. So I feel that you, I don't know, like I just see where the wind blows lah, and then I try to make it work for myself.
Mm. Okay, you sound just as a comment, family support is so
Mm,
important. Happy childhood is an important
yeah,
start point. Yes, very good point. Yeah,
yeah.
Henry. not just family support. Family support is one thing, and also support from friends, lah. Yeah, and of course, I
Yeah.
think since you are in the entertainment industry, there will always be haters. You cannot please everybody. Yeah.
Mm.
River has a question. Which musician would you love to collaborate with in the future?
Oh, I've always loved Khalil Fong, Fang Da Tong, and I would want to collaborate with him. Hmm. Yes. In fact,
Okay, hope your wish will come true.
yes.
So during this
Thank you.
period of time,
Sorry?
I think a lot of people during this period of time, a lot of people have been affected by COVID. Some of them business affected. Some of them lost their jobs. What would your advice be to them based on what you yourself have gone through?
Um, I call myself lucky because I think like recently I mean, even though there are less shows to perform at, I have been doing more digital campaigns on my social media with a lot of brands. So I work with a lot of beauty brands, parenting brands, lifestyle brands, and that is not something that I could have um, expected to happen. So I really think if you're in a financial rut because of the pandemic, it's so difficult. I don't have advice. I don't know, but I do see like a lot of people turning to like home-based businesses. And in fact, a lot of them also message me and ask me if I can help share about their business, which I do. Like it could be anything from baking to they're selling kids toys or selling anything. So yeah, I feel that if I can help a little, I will just to get the word out. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for sharing, Chloe. So
Thank you.
once again, how can people connect with you? How would you like them
You
on
can follow me on
Instagram?
social media, Facebook and Instagram, TikTok. It's Kewei
At,
Tay.
yeah. So and of course, don't forget to sign up and join us on this coming Saturday online. It's virtual celebrations annual college 47 47. So please go to the website and just sign up for it and join us. And of course, don't forget connect with Koei on the Instagram and social media. And thanks, Koei, for joining us for this
Bye.
very lively interview.
Thank you so much.
And it's time. Yeah, thank you for joining us. And have a very good weekend. And see you this coming Saturday. 7点
Okay.
半 on Zoom.
See you.
Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye. Thank you.